Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Michael and today I thought I would show you my recipe on an orange cake. This is absolutely delicious. It comes together really quickly, very easy to make, and is so moist and delicious. I know you're going to want to try this one. So we're going to start out today. I've got a 9-inch springform pan and I've got some butter here, and I'm just going to make sure that I get my springform pan aligned with that butter, and we'll get that coated on the bottom and the sides. Now that I've got the sides and the bottom of the pan with a little bit of butter on it, I've got a piece of parchment paper here that I've cut, and I'm just going to put that right down in the bottom of that. And the reason I put the butter in the bottom is just so that will kind of hold that in place a little bit. And I'll put a little bit of butter on the top of the parchment paper also. That'll just help that release once that cake gets done. All right, I've got the pan ready to go now, and we'll set that to the side, and we'll get ready to go on to the star of the show, which is going to be our orange. I've got a fairly large size orange here, and I've given it a good wash. And I want this to be seedless because if it's not, then when the next step, when we get ready to use our blender, you want to make sure you take the seeds out. You don't want to blend the seeds up in that. But first, we're going to zest it first. We want to get the zest off of it. So the easiest way to do that is to zest it before you cut it. So I've got a bowl here, and I'm just going to zest it right into the bottom of that. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So when you're zesting an orange or any type of citrus, you just want the outside part of it. You don't want to get down into the white part. That's called the pith. That gets really bitter, and we don't want that. We just want the outside of that to get those oils out of that orange. And I'm going to put that right into this bowl. All right, I've got my orange zested now, and you can see how much I got off of that. That was quite a bit. I'm just going to put that right into this bowl now. All right, I've got the zest in the bowl now. We'll set that off to the side for just a minute. And I want to take the skin off the orange. You can do it either one of two ways. You can peel it off of it. You can cut it off of it. Whatever's easier for you to do that. I'm just going to pull the skin off of it right now with that way and just go all the way around it and get that off. We don't want that into the cake because it's going to make it really bitter, and we don't want that taste in there like that. So go ahead and peel your orange and take the skin off the outside of it. Now I've got the skin off the orange now, and you can discard that or set that to the side. And I'm going to go ahead and work on the orange now. I'm just going to break it apart with my hands here. And there was a little bit of a hard place here on the bottom. I'm going to take that off as well. I don't want that into my cake. So if you get one of those parts there on the stem where that's attached to it, you can remove that also. And then if there's any more of the little white parts of it, you can pull those off here as you're getting the orange prepared. All right, I've got my orange here ready to go now. Just make sure, again, you check for seeds. We don't want those in there. If you've got seeds, take those out now. And I've got a little blender here, and I'm just going to put these pieces of this orange in there just like that. We're going to blend this together until it becomes nice and smooth. All right, that looks really good. Let's take this out, and I'll let you see what this looks like. You can see that it's all blended up now. So we'll set this aside, and we'll get ready to move on to our dry ingredients. All right, let's get ready to put our dry ingredients together now. So I've got a bowl here, and I've got just a colander here as a sifter, and I'm going to be using that. If you've got one of the little handheld ones, you can definitely do that, but we want to sift everything together. So we're going to start out with our flour, and I've got 1 1/4 cups, so that's 150 grams, and we'll put that into that just like that. I've got cornstarch now, and this is 30 grams or 1/4 cup. 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to sift all of that together. Now with that sifted, I'm just going to take a whisk and just whisk everything together to make sure it's all good and incorporated. All right, now that I've got that whisk together, we'll set our dry ingredients aside and get ready to start working on our wet ingredients. Let's start working on our wet ingredients now, and go ahead and get your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or that's 175 degrees Celsius. And I've got the one rack in there. I've got it about 1/3 of the way from the bottom. So 350 Fahrenheit, 175 Celsius. So I've got my bowl here now with the zest in it, and I'm going to go ahead and start with my butter. I've got 1/3 of a cup, or that's 75 grams, and I'm going to go ahead and just put that into the bowl here with the zest. I've got 250 grams or 1 1/4 cups of granulated sugar, and we'll add that in. Now I've got 1/3 of a cup of neutral vegetable oil, or that's 70 grams, and I'm going to add that in right now. Now that I've got those ingredients in, we'll take my mixer. We're going to start out on low. We're going to mix this until this is nice and creamy, and it'll be about 2 minutes when that happens. To make it easier for your butter, make sure your butter is at room temperature. It'll blend in a lot easier. So this has been about a minute now. I wanted to show you what that looks like as this gets creamed together. Now I'm going to take my spatula and I'm going to pull everything down off the side, just make sure I get everything incorporated into that mixture. I wanted to show you what this looks like. This is really nice and creamy with that. So just takes a couple minutes and that all comes together really nicely. Now I've got 2 eggs and you want those at room temperature also. I'm going to break those into a separate bowl just to make sure I don't get any eggshells on that and make sure I've got some good eggs. And it's a good thing that I did because you can see here on the side that I got some of that eggshell in there. So definitely it's always good to do that just for that example right there. You don't want to bite into a piece of cake and pull out a piece of eggshell. So that is why I always break eggs into a separate bowl just to make sure I don't get that to happen. That looks like that is a really pretty egg. So let's put that in now. And we're going to blend these up one at a time until those get blended together. All right, now let's get ready for our next egg. We'll do the same thing, break it into a separate bowl. That one turned out perfect. And I've got another pretty egg here, so let's add that in and get that blended together. All right, that looks like that's mixed together really nicely now, so I'm going to go ahead and turn my mixer off now, and we'll get ready for our other ingredients. I've got 3 tablespoons of milk, and this is at room temperature also. We'll just add that in. I've got 1½ teaspoons of vanilla. That is my homemade vanilla. If you've never seen how to make homemade vanilla, I'll put the link in the description box below. It is really nice to make, and it's a lot cheaper than buying it in the store, and you get so much more out of it. So definitely check out that video. I'll put the link in the description box. Now let's just give that a blend together. Now that we've got that blended together, we're going to take our orange that we blended up earlier, and we're just going to put that into the mixture. And again, you want that nice and smooth on that. We don't want any bits and pieces of that orange in there, so make sure that gets blended really nicely. And let's mix this together. That looks really good now. I'm going to set my mixer to the side. I'm going to get my spatula and just make sure that I get everything incorporated into those other ingredients here on the side. We don't want to leave anything behind. That looks pretty good. Now we're going to take our dry ingredients and we're just going to put those into our wet ingredients here. And with any homemade cake that you make, a lot of people want to tend to over mix this, and this is not what you want to do. That's what makes the cakes and things that you make at home really tough, and you don't want that into this cake because that'll activate that gluten. So we just want to make sure we just get this folded together. All right, that is looking good. I don't see maybe a couple pieces of flour there. We want to get all of that incorporated. We just want to make sure that it gets incorporated. We do not want to overmix this. Now that we've got that all mixed together, we're going to take our springform pan here and we're going to put these right into the bottom of it. All right, now that we've got those ingredients in the bottom of that pan, let's just take the back of that spatula and make sure we get that evenly spread out across the bottom. We've got that spread out now on the bottom of that pan, and we're just going to take that and just give that a couple of taps on the counter just to make sure we get any air pockets out of it. And I've got a baking pan here, and I'm just going to put this on the top of it. I always bake the cakes and things that I bake on a baking pan. That way the bottom doesn't get really brown, and it gives it an opportunity for it to really cook all the way through. So now let's put that into that preheated oven, and we'll bake that for about 35 to 40 minutes. Everybody's oven's going to be a little bit different, so when you can take a toothpick or a wooden skewer and stick into that and it comes out clean, it is done. So I'll see you back and I'll show you what happens next. I am back and my orange cake is done now. I've let it sit here on the countertop for about 30 minutes now. You want to let it cool down before you try to take the spring pan form off of it. You can also take a knife, take the back side of it and just run along the outside of the edges here just to make sure it's going to release. And then we're going to pull the spring form pan off the outside of it. So that looks really good. That came out of there really nicely now. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it on top of my cake pan here. All right, I'm going to take the bottom off of it now. And that paper on that really helps that come off like that. And we'll take that paper off the bottom. And then I'm going to take my cake pan here and center it on the bottom. This one's really nice because I can see through the bottom of it. And I'm going to turn it up just like that. We've got a beautiful cake here. Now the last thing I've got is I've got some powdered sugar, and I'm just going to put that over the top of it. This cake is absolutely delicious on its own. You don't need to put any frosting on it, so I'm just going to put some powdered sugar over the top of it. And there we go. I'm going to go get me a knife and a plate, and let's cut into this and get a taste test. I want you to look at how pretty this is. We've got a nice cake on that. We've got a nice crumb on that. And this looks really moist. You can see by me pushing on it like that. we've got a really nice cake. So let's take a bite of this, and I'm going to tell you what this tastes like. That orange is coming through, that sugar. It's an absolutely delicious, moist cake. I know you're going to want to try this recipe. If you like this content, maybe you might consider giving me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And while you're at it, check out one of these other 2 videos over here on the side. You might find something else you like. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Leave me a comment. I want to know how your orange cake turned out. Bye-bye now.